What is going on, everyone? This is your man King May, getting back with y'all right here in the King May YouTube channel. Y'all, we are just grabbing ourselves one more cup of coffee before heading out the door. And today we're back on Mercer as the spring has progressed. Today we have ourselves one heck of a busy day as always. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna hop in the 8RX. If you guys remember, we went and picked this one right off the assembly line, and we have definitely gotten to work with it so far. The 410 is definitely doing very well. We got pretty much all of our alfalfa planted in this year already, and we need to get prepared for corn and soybean here on Mercer County. But now what we need to do is we're going to clean off our cedar. We need to get this set aside for right now. And what we got to do is we got to make a few errands today. We're going to be picking up some milk replacer and some ground feed, getting ourselves prepared for this fall. I figured if we are spending money now getting the farm set up and getting equipment here, we definitely need to make sure that we start preparing now, just so that when fall hits and things are at its prime, we're going to be picking up cattle and we're going to be starting to grow this farm. I need to have everything ready to go. With that being said, for the most part, the barns are pretty much good to go. We did end up building a new cold storage shed over here for the calves. So now we are completely set up, ready to go. We got pallet racking there for a milk replacer. We have our milk replacer barrel right here, ready to go for making our milk replacer. Go ahead, we'll close that. And we have our calf pens in here. I figured this would be the best absolute thing for the calves, having them indoors in a shed. And we will see. We might be expanding later on down the road. We might rip out these calf pens here, and we might place some more there if things go well, if we continue to grow, just so that we can put the newborn calves in here and move them out into here as they get a little bit older. And then obviously they will progress into the other barns. So as we are hopping in the 8RX, getting it fired up here this morning, we're gonna go ahead, we'll drop the steering wheel down. We also need to get our planter prepared, ready to go for corn and soybean. It is about mid to late spring right now, so we definitely need to get that going soon. So we're gonna prep the planter now, and we're gonna have to hop in the trucks. We're gonna go and we're gonna fill up our PJ Goose trailer with the liquid fertilizer so that we can refill out in the fields, as well as picking up seed. We're gonna pick up some DayCalb corn seed, and we're gonna go ahead and go with Stein this year for our soybeans. We got the pallets ordered up as well. They're sitting down there. We're gonna go down, get them loaded up, and bring them on back with our big tech gooseneck trailer. But for right now, I don't really have a spot for this cedar as of right now. I kind of want to keep it out of the way. It'll be okay through spring and summer. However, wintertime, as we are disconnecting this, there we go, wintertime, we're gonna go ahead, we'll put it away with the harvest equipment. That's about the only shed that this cedar is going to fit in on the farm. But for right now, it's got everything else in it, and we might do a little bit of a equipment shuffle as well. We can move the sprayer and the limer, get those out of the way, and we could probably fit that in there, but I just want to leave that open for right now in case we need to service anything. So we're gonna go ahead and pull into this shed here, and we're gonna hook up to our 16 row Kinsey planter. This is a Kinsey 3600. Also an update as well, we did get all of the field tillage completely finished up here on the farm. We got everything limed, we got our initial layers of fertilization down, we got everything cultivated, and we are completely good to go. Once we get our planter ready here, we're gonna pull on through and back this right up by the shed. All right, we shouldn't really need to get to anything inside of this shed for right now. Put our steering wheel up, shut her down, there we go. Hopping out, like I said, we might need to get in here, grab the Bobcat, and switch over to our pallet forks and get set up there as well. You guys, we did get some equipment onto the farm. We finally got most of our equipment moved over here to Mercer. We grabbed ourselves a 4455, absolute beautiful tractor, a little bit of an upgrade from the 4450, just a little more horsepower I want to say it's about 5 or so more horsepower, just to give us a little more than the 4450 we had before. Grabbed a 4020 as well. Of course, you guys already know some of the other equipment that we already had here on the farm. We ended up getting ourselves a demo for later today, so I'm excited to show that. To continue our day here, we're going to go ahead and hop in the old GMC here. We already got the trailer hooked up behind us, and we're going to go ahead and pull on out. We'll go grab that milk replacer and the ground feed. We'll be right back here after a little while. All right, we're all loaded up, strapped down. We also had some loose bags as well, just trying to get our weights here. That's kind of the most important thing, is we're trying to schedule out our weight of feed that we need to give out once we do get our cattle numbers in on the farm. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna head on back to the farm. I'll catch up with y'all in a minute. All right, pulling back into the farm here. We're gonna go ahead and try to whip into the shed. We might as well just pull this truck right on up in here. We'll probably leave the old 1500 hooked up for right now and hopping on out. We'll get the loose bags out of here real quick. Now what we need to do is we need to go ahead and run down, grab some seed, grab some fert, probably hop in the F250 for right now and get hooked up to the big tech, and we're gonna go ahead and grab that seed. All right, we grabbed the seed. Up next, the liquid fert. Back at the farm, we're gonna go ahead, probably just back this up for right now into this shed here. We should probably grab the F450 for the liquid tanker, since how it's going to be quite a bit more weight. So as we're going ahead, we're gonna back this in. We'll swap trucks out, and we're gonna pick up that liquid fert. All right, getting back to the farm. We have successfully finished all of our errands. We're gonna go ahead, we'll back up this trailer in this shed for right now as well. We'll just leave the truck hooked up to here as well. We shouldn't really need to run anywhere as of right now. We're pretty much gonna be starting to plant tomorrow. Let's go ahead, we'll start working on the planter, and we're gonna get everything greased up. We're gonna grab that grease gun out of the toolbox here. We're gonna go ahead and get everything ready to go. Getting all of our grease zerks, making sure our hydraulic hoses are good here as well. Everything is looking good. Let's go ahead, we'll put the grease gun away. Very excited to use this planter. I did just get a phone call though. I'm gonna run to the other side of the farm. It sounds as if we got ourselves a delivery running on by. Just real quick, y'all, we did get ourselves an Anderson TMR mixture here for our cracked corn. In other words, our corn mill, as well as our hay silage, which this year we're going to do alfalfa silage and we're going to do corn silage for our TMR mixture. We also got ourselves a New Holland 353 grinder right there, a mixing wagon, and we also got ourselves set up. We got a brush for cleaning out for the feedlot, and we got ourselves a water tank with a 4440 here. Hay buster in the back. Pretty much always have to have one of those, and a JBS manure spreader. But coming on down here, I think this is what you all have been waiting for today, and I know I have been as well. We got ourselves a massive air seeder by John Deere. It is the 1870 air seeder. Everything was checked out, maintenance ready for us. I also had them go ahead and just top off the tanks with seed and fertilizer, so this should be completely set up and ready to go for us here for this demo. I talked with John Deere when we went and picked up the 8RX and kind of told them about our social media networking here, and they were excited to let us use a 9RX from the dealership here in our area with this air seeder. Air seeder is made by Custom Modding. Very, very impressed with it so far. Just the look of it, the hoses, everything is, it's just a beautiful piece of work. We're going to go ahead, we're going to see how this runs today. As we're hopping in the 9RX, getting her fired up, we're going to go ahead, we're going to pull in, and like I said, we're going to be planting. We have one field left, you guys. It's this field right here behind the barn to seed up with alfalfa. Then it's silage corn, and we're going to plant some of our regular high moisture corn as well. And we're going to plant that Stein soybean as well here this year. So we're going to go ahead, we're just going to kind of wrap around in this field and get ourselves unfolded, and we're going to start seeding. We're going to see how this massive air seeder does. It's definitely going to make light work of this field. So going ahead and unfolding the air seeder now. This thing is definitely going to haul some acres, baby. All right, we're completely unfolded. Go ahead and just give it a once around look. Just make sure hoses are looking good. Everything looks connected. Everything is looking good. We'll have to test out airflow and just verify everything. But they said that they already had somebody else that was seeding out alfalfa, so it was a pretty easy swap to get everything cleaned up and just reset. Everything is looking good though, so like I said, should be set up, should be ready to go. We're gonna go ahead, drop her down, we're gonna test her out, and we are off. This thing is definitely going to make absolute light work of this field. It's definitely overkill for Mercer. It's a lot more than what we need, but very cool to test out the new equipment, the new technology here with the 9RX. Comparing it to the 8RX, very similar, just obviously a much bigger tractor, much bigger setup, a very enjoyable ride. And I think this setup would be great for a much bigger farm than ours here on Mercer. We do have a good amount of acreage, but not necessarily something big enough to be utilizing a seeder such as this size, but at least for one field should be pretty good. And maybe we can talk to them, maybe we can utilize this air seeder for planting soybean as well, even though I did prep ourselves for the Kinsey planter for planting our soybean that way. I know that we can utilize the air seeder for the soybean as well. However, normally I prefer to keep the 30-inch row spacings with our Kinsey planter. When it comes to the soybean, I feel like it does better than when we use an air seeder. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep testing out this new air seeder. We're gonna keep ripping up this field and getting this alfalfa seeded down so that we are completely done with alfalfa and ready to go for the rest of our planting season here on Mercer. As we are working around here by the shed, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pick up the seeder, I'm gonna hop out and I'm gonna run into the shed here and grab a couple of pops. I'm playing with y'all. I'm gonna grab a couple of sodas. I know it gets a lot of people riled up. All right, we grabbed a couple of Mountain Dews here, but just to let you all know, we did end up, I showed you before the Tarrigator, we also grabbed ourselves a John Deere 4940 sprayer here for this spring and obviously middle of summer as well. We also got ourselves a Ford Aeromax with a Demco grain trailer there. We also did end up going ahead and upgrading our combine as well. I showed you all we did have an 8240 before for the Case combine. No, I didn't switch to green. I know it's gonna bother some of you, but we have literally green on everything else on this farm. And I've really been enjoying this Case axle flow combine as of lately, so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna rock it. And hey, if it ends up breaking down on us, then maybe we'll look at a John Deere. But anyways, we also grabbed ourselves some Mayer chopper boxes that I'm also very excited to use. We got ourselves quite a bit of hay equipment as well over there, but we're gonna go ahead, hop back up in the 9RX. We're gonna pull on through and keep on seeding here. I'm hoping that maybe in the future we can continue doing demos on our Mercer County farm here of larger equipment, just testing things out, as our farm is pretty much set up for about medium size when it comes to all of our equipment here. So as we continue laying down our alfalfa seed here in Mercer County, we're gonna call this one a video. I hope you all are enjoying this series as much as I am. We're probably gonna be shooting right through the summertime and getting to harvest here pretty quickly, because I am very excited to show you all the new things that have been added with this map when it comes to the different feeding types, the different silage types, and the different crops as well. I'm excited to see how it is going to play out and just test everything out and experience it all with you. So, but anyways, if you enjoyed today's video, please make sure you all smash that thumbs up button for me. And of course, if you have not yet already, make sure you smash that subscribe button as well. But anyways, we're gonna catch you all on the next one. Peace.